Willits is our town. Always has been, and always will be. Like any other town, it changes just a little bit from time to time. So we're here to let you know some of the things that are going on in your town.
Hello everybody, I'm Shari Williams-Andrews, the host for This Week in Willits. Welcome to another episode, and here's what we have for you. First, we have Willits City Council member Larry Stranske. He highlights the issues the city is currently working on, including upgrades to the water department and recent developments in sewer plant and West Commercial Street projects. The Willits Grange has a new commercial kitchen. See what it looks like and what it can mean for our community. Mason Geim from North Coast Opportunities talks about the work he's doing to help develop local gardens, learn about some exciting gardening programs happening right now. The Willits Center for the Arts held their annual art auction, and we'll take a look at that colorful event and the great art that was donated to help raise money for the center. Our 3rd District Supervisor candidates were all at a forum at the Grange. We'll see a teaser from the beginning of that evening. Check the Willits Community Television schedule on our website to see when the entire forum will be shown. At WCTV, we encourage free speech. Our last segment features Ron Lippert, a local citizen with an opinion, who tells us why he thinks the Willits bypass is a bad idea that he says can and should be stopped. If you have an opinion about anything at all, you can contact us to learn ways to get your ideas on TV. It's going to be a great show. Let's get started with Council Member Stranske.
My name is Larry Stranske. I'm a city councilman for the city of Willits. I've been on the city council for about 3.5 years, and I would like to highlight some of the things that I feel are very important to the people that live in the city of Willits. And I would like to start with the water department, and you know that we have been flushing the hydrants and whatever all over the community. We should be just about done. The one thing that is important to know is that the water is still going over the dam, even though that we have flushed the entire community, and we have an ample amount of water. Some of the things that are going on with the water department is that we're in the process of working with Waterworks Engineering to come up to upgrade our water department. And we're working with the health department, which is the people that control our water supply. We are going to go with a upflow clarifier to help the turbidity, which is the dirt in the water and the negative charge, to help make it easier for the operators. We're going to have a 3rd filter system, which is referred to as a train. That's the name of the filter. And we're going to do several things with the valves and to make it work more smoothly, to come up with bigger pipes to go into the flush program and to make the water better for the community. And we will know more about this in September when we go into the health department and to try to come up with the funding for it. And I'm sure that you'll read more about the funding when it comes up in September. It will be through the health department of the state of California. The next thing I would like to talk about is the sewer plant. We're going out for bid, or are out for bid right now for the sewer plant. We have a 218, which is the authorization from the people in Willits to go out for bid for this, and it will be somewhere around $15 million. We're hoping that it will come in lower than that because of the climate of the way the workforce is now. I went to a pre-bid meeting a week ago, and there was a lot of people that were there that were the prime contractors to bid on this, and it will be up in May to know how much it's actually going to cost. We're hoping that it does come in below the $15 million. And that will be a complete work new works of the sewer department. We are doing it in phases. We have phase 1, which is the pump and wells, where the sewerage comes in, and then we're going to 2, which is the upgrade of the plant, the aeration and that type of thing, and then 3 is the finishing ponds or wetlands, as they're referred to. These are going to be simultaneously. 2 and 3 will come together, and they will be hopefully through by 2011. We're hoping that it will be, everything will work out and the bids will come in low enough and that we can go on with it. We are under an assist and from the health department and the water quality to upgrade our water. We are very closely monitored by the water people that control the water, and that's why we have to upgrade the plant and make it larger. As everybody knows, we take all the wastewater from brook trails also. So the brook trails is a person, a group of that we use to upgrade, to help us upgrade the plant. They has a percentage that they pay to make it all feasible, and we're hoping to have this all come to a completion. And it will take a couple of years to do it, and as I say, you just have to kind of keep watching the paper to make sure that to see what happens. Another thing that is going out for bid for the community is West Commercial development on West Commercial Street, and it will have the bulb outs, the planters in the middle of the street, the ADA ramps for handicap, and that is all supposed to go together. We have that out for bid now. We got some ARA money, which is the money from the federal government. We got $420,000 in order to help us with that project, and the rest of it comes from the half-cent sales tax. We tried to spread the money out, but the majority of the council wanted to go with that particular project. I think it will look very nice. I think people ought to give it a little chance to see. I've heard some different remarks, some very for it, some against it, but I think that we ought to wait until we see what it looks like, and I think it should look very nice. This is it for this particular section. I would like to get back to you with some of the other exciting things that are going on in Willits, and including the freeway and some of the other, maybe an update on some of these other projects that I have mentioned tonight. And so thank you very much for the time that you've given me.
So we are dedicating this new commercial kitchen in honor of Edith Page, and we're honored today to have a lot of her family here.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're sisters.
Yes, we're Edith's daughters. Yeah.
There's a lot of good energy, a lot of really good people active in the Grange these days. But for years, there were just a few people who worked overtime to keep the Grange afloat. Edith Page was one of those people.
We just hung out here all the time. We were here to see Mom because Mom, this was home. This was her home.
When we would call the house, our dad would tell us she's at the Grange Hall for the 8th day this week. So we would call down.
First look at our new kitchen, dedicated to Edith Page. Long time Grange.
So, you know what the significance of today really was? The revival of this incredible old facility. 140-year-old institution. Of course, the building's not near that old, but since we took it over in 1964, there was holes in the ceiling and everything, and so
I've seen the picture.
they're terrible. So anyway, we've been replacing all the floor joists, brand new roof. We've probably invested over $300,000 in the last 2 years alone in fixing it up. And today was the ribbon cutting for the new commercial kitchen. Awesome. So let me show you.
The Grange is now officially open as a commercial kitchen. We are now renting it by the hour for people who want to produce food.
Upgrading the Grange kitchen into a state-of-the-art commercial kitchen means that it can be used by many more people for many more purposes. It will add to our local food security to be able to preserve the bounty we are so blessed with.
Well, I think the Grange building here in Willits has certainly been the community hub for all types of organizations, small groups, large groups. And it's really neat to say, like, the new kitchen and everything, because it's really important to so many groups.
What's happening here in Willits is we're revitalizing. The people have come together and they have discovered the Grange, rediscovered the Grange, and a new infusion of a generational shift is occurring here in Willits.
Well, I think this day is incredibly significant, both for the Grange, because it's really been revitalized in recent years, and now there's an increased opportunity for people who maybe make wonderful raviolis in their kitchen but wouldn't be able to sell those publicly. They can now come here and then sell things at the farmer's market.
We will be able to use this commercial kitchen to produce small food items and sell them to the public, things that cannot be made and sold in private kitchens but need a commercial, official, health department approved kitchen, which this is now. So
you can see how important the Grange is to the whole town. And now with this new kitchen, well, any organization, group, or individual who wants to offer cooked or preserved foods for sale, pies, jams, cookies, canned or frozen produce, we have a flash freezer. Anyone with the proper training can do it here.
On behalf of NCO, I just want to thank you all for inviting me here and congratulate you on all of the hard work that's gone into creating this kitchen. This is not just about economic development, but it's about community development, and it's really an amazing thing that's happened. So congratulations, Willits.
Is everyone salivating for these cookies? This batch.
Over the years, the Grange has supported many community programs: 4-H, Girl Scouts, the Toy Run, Kids Sports, Sober Grad, the Food Bank, and Our Daily Bread. It's only recently that the Grange has reached out, asking for help from the community to do some badly needed repairs and renovations. And we are very grateful for the generous response.
Well, today's significance for the Grange is that it's been years and years and years of hoping that we could save this building to use as our Grange. And to be able to put in brand new everythings for a kitchen is just monumental, and it happened. And here it is.
Yeah. And it means the Grange can continue to produce its pancake breakfasts and to serve the community as a restaurant now. We're officially classified as a restaurant by the health department. So that's wonderful.
Well, people are going to learn to can. They're going to learn how to preserve their foods and stuff that they raise.
Now, the next thing we're going to do in the Grange is to restore the bathrooms. We haven't been able to find a grant for that, so we're counting on the community to help us. It really is amazing what a group of people working together can accomplish in just a few weekends.
We are here to celebrate the spirit of the Grange, its past members, particularly Edith Page, and its present members, whose hard work and dedication have culminated not in a shiny stainless steel bauble, but in a high-spirited reinvigoration of community involvement.
Cindy Logan and Patty Bruder, two Willits women who work indefatigably for our community. They're the ones who got the grant, organized the project, and saw it through to completion. They made this commercial kitchen happen. We're hoping that the kitchen will be used to preserve local garden produce for our school cafeterias. The kids could be eating the very green beans they grew in their own school garden. How cool is that? And how about someone out there doing a dinner delivery service? Whether you're a Grange member or not, if you have fond memories of this old building and want to see it become a fun and attractive place to gather and celebrate life, then we can use your help. We welcome your donations, your time and skills, and even your old treasures for our flea market. Oh, And please come to our 4th Sunday Pancake Breakfast and other fun events.
Hi, my name is Mason Geim, and I'm an AmeriCorps Vista member serving here in the Willits area for a local nonprofit called North Coast Opportunities. I work for a branch of the nonprofit called the Gardens Project. At the Gardens Project, we help facilitate the development of personal, school, and community gardens in an effort to improve local food security and general knowledge about food. I work with a community garden at the Willits Integrated Service Center, where we have 10 individuals that are currently gardening and growing their own food. And we also have a 10,000-gallon rainwater capture tank over there that demonstrates the rainwater harvesting capabilities of the area. And we also have a medicinal and native herb section, as well as a communal land space where we are growing corn and potatoes together. If you are interested in having a plot at the community garden, I'd appreciate a phone call at 841-0464. Growing food at the Willits Integrated Service Center is only one place that the Gardens Project is involved here in Willits. We are also involved over at the Brookside School Farm, where we are growing local organic produce to be put into the local public school lunch programs. One of the ways that we are addressing the challenge of getting local food into the school lunch programs is by starting an agricultural internship, where high school students are allowed to take the agricultural class, get high school credit for it, get college credit for it, and get paid at the same time as learning valuable life skills. This is a very exciting program and one that we hope can be replicated in other places across the country. Another thing that we are doing at Brookside School Farm that is new and on the forefront of change is using WOOFers, which stands for Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms. It's a program where individuals come in and do a work trade on the farm in exchange for housing and food. Currently, Brookside School Farm is in need of people to provide the housing section of that work trade. So if you have an extra room in your house and would like an individual that is passionate about growing food and improving local food security and the health of our children, please contact myself at 841-0464. Brookside School Farm may be our most exciting project here in Willits, but we're also working to improve the knowledge of our young children. We run an after-school nutrition program called BEANS, which stands for Better Eating, Activity, and Nutrition for Students. We're reaching approximately 60 kids a week to teach them healthy eating practices that include healthy breakfasts, healthy snacks, healthy dinners, as well as healthy activities that they can do to keep their bodies active and healthy. All these great projects are only possible with the great support of an amazing community. Here in Willits, we've seen a lot of support from North Coast Opportunities and the community members. But we need your help to continue these projects. If you could please help by either making a tax-deductible donation to the Gardens Project, or housing a woofer for the Brookside School Farm, or coming in and volunteering at any of the farm or the community garden or even the nutrition program, we would certainly appreciate your help and input. You can contact us at www.gardensproject.org, or you can reach myself at macegeim@gmail.com, or on the telephone at 841-0464. So with your help, we can have a more sustainable, healthy, happier future here in Willits.
Yeah, it's going really great. I think this benefit's going to help raise a lot of money to keep the Art Center functioning.
People are looking happy, pleased.
They're eating well, they're drinking well, they have wonderful art to bid on,
and admiring some of the submissions.
Yeah. Some wonderful, wonderful artwork that very talented artists have donated graciously to the Art Center. So.
Hope you have a good money turnout too.
Oh, I hope so too. I'm going to bid on some stuff myself.
Okay.
I think it's well attended tonight. We'll see how the bidding goes in about 5 or 10 minutes and see what sort of revenue the show brings in to help us keep the doors open here at the World Center for the Arts. This is 18 years that we've been doing an auction. 18 years. You remember when we were over at the museum? That's when my sister started roping me into becoming a commissioner about 11 years ago. Yeah.
Still having fun though.
Yes, it's a passion. Thanks, Al. Take care. Grab your bid sheets and they're ready for you in the reception area. That's it. The bidding is closed. Grab your bid sheets and head to the reception area. Look, not over here. You're excited.
I'm very happy.
Look what I got. That's a prize.
I know, they're both lovely.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Did you win?
I landed.
Bill, come here. Hey, Bill.
I was bidding on it, and I had the last bid. And then I was standing here talking at the end, and somebody else put the
That's mine.
That's yours? I need 15 for
Okay, all right. What a haul, we scored.
I did. I did a pair of scissors.
Hi, I'm Michael Foley. I'm owner of Green Uprising Farm out on Eastfield Road. But I'm up here to welcome you to the Grange. A lot of you folks know that the Grange has been going through changes. We've got a new commercial kitchen over here, various renovation projects in our minds and in the works. But also the Grange has sort of formed its mission around supporting a local food economy and local agriculture. And so we're very pleased to host this event, very pleased that Doug has put this event together. And thank you for turning out, and thanks to Doug for putting this on. And I'm looking forward to a great discussion.
Thank you, Michael. Well, I'm Doug Mosel, hay farmer and grain farmer. I live in Anderson Valley, and I'm part of the Mendocino Organic Network and the Redwood Empire Farmers Union. The Mendocino Organic Network was formed in 2001, and you would probably know us best because it was our group that initiated the Measure H campaign in 2003, 2004, that made Mendocino County the first county to ban genetically engineered crops. And no matter how you stood on that issue, that's probably why you know Mendocino Organic Network. And we are sponsors of the Renegade Certification Program. It's a peer certification program for farmers, gardeners, and ranchers in the county. We have about 20 certified farms and gardens at this point around the county, including one right here in Willits. And that's a local, inexpensive alternative to the rather expensive and involved National Organic Certification Program. The Redwood Empire Farmers Union is an affiliate of the California Farmers Union and the National Farmers Union. The National Farmers Union was formed in 1903 as an advocate for family farmers when already then family farms were under threat. So we're a new chapter, a fledgling small chapter in the county. Actually, it's Mendocino and Lake and Humboldt and Sonoma counties. We decided, and we've already heard Michael make reference to the local food economy. It's on the minds of probably almost everybody in this room, I suspect. We decided that we wanted to be sure, when I say we, I'm talking about the Mendocino Organic Network, we want to see the local food economy be on the agenda of the leaders of the county. And we thought one way that we could help make that happen would be to sponsor these food and farming forums in both districts where supervisors will be elected this year. So we've done 2 of them in the 5th district already, one in Anderson Valley, one in Manchester. Both of those also in cooperation with the Grange. And so we're happy that number 3 happens in District 3, and again with the sponsorship of the Grange. So we're really grateful to the Grangers for supporting this. We do not take we will not endorse a candidate. And our first of all, we're a nonprofit, so we can't politically do that. But we don't want to really, because we think it's more important that we bring the voices of the candidates to the people who will make the decision. So we want this to be a really open process, and we want you to hear where your 3 candidates stand on questions related to the local food economy. I'm going to pose some questions that were developed by members of the Mendocino Organic Network and by the local Grange here. And following that, that'll probably take us, I'm going to say 45 minutes or so. And following that, we'll have opportunity for audience questions. The format will be as follows. I'm going to pose some questions to the 3 of you. I'll announce you formally here in a minute. I'm going to pose questions in order, and we'll change that order for each question. I'll ask you to keep to 2.5 minutes in your responses. As time permits, if you want to have a little interaction on a question, that'll be permitted, of course. And we'll just try to keep it moving as efficiently as we can so that there's plenty of time for audience questions, which we hope there will be. I think that's all we need to say. So I want to say thanks to John Pinches and Holly Madrigal and Tony Orth for being here. This is great. All the candidates showed up in the 5th district, and they took this seriously, I'm happy to say, and we're grateful that you're doing the same.
My name is Ron Lippert. I live in Willits metropolitan area, and what this is about is the bypass. Most of you have paid attention to it on KZYX and Z Radio and on the Willits News, and possibly gone to the various meetings at the Grange and other places. I think we need to stop it. There's been lots of letters to the editor, and lots of people have said a lot of things. We need to stop it. The Willits Environmental Center is against it, and we need to get the town council members to vote and write letters on letterhead to West Chesborough and whoever that they are against it. The reason that we need to be against this project will cost an awful lot of money, take an awful lot of years, that will cause air pollution, water pollution, and sound pollution. None of that could be controlled. If you paid attention to the work they did between here and Ukiah, there's no way that even they are admitting it could take 3 to 6 years. That means longer. There's no way they can do it less than that. They've never done anything less than that. Now, when they're doing the bypass, if you want to get the traffic on Main Street, I don't blame you. I'd like to get it off Main Street. It doesn't mean the people will get off Main Street either. They're going to be going east of town to go north. So Main Street will still be open, and most people will still be on it. Most of the traffic is local. So what I think, if everybody kind of contacts me, we can kind of have a show about this. Anybody's ideas are welcome, any kind of idea, maybe that idea. We need to create an alternative means to deal with the traffic. Traffic is down by the Caltrans' own website. It is down. It's dramatically down. So maybe there's something with parking. Maybe there's something on how locals could drive around. We'll need to think about all of that. And get out the horses. That's transportation. Bicycles are transportation. Anything you want to use, that's actually transportation. This bypass isn't looking at the horses, the bicycles, or any other means of transportation. It's only looking at cars. Cars like it's 1955, because this is a project that they planned on back in the 1950s. This is 2010 for anybody who hasn't looked at a calendar recently. I try not to. The environment, that's my interest. I'm interested in the nature, and that's why I think most of us came here, live here, stayed here. That's what it's here. You want to see the turkeys, you want to see the birds, the salamanders, whatever it is. This will create damage beyond havoc, and how much will return is unknown. Henry David Thoreau Jr. said if it was a wildfire or man-made damage, it might take 100 years before nature would heal itself. I expect to live more than that, so I will see what will happen, but most of us might not. Caltrans, it's from another day and another time. I think what we need to do is the locals of us must get together and decide what we want to have, and then maybe have Caltrans with their expertise do what we think we need, not the other way around. Government is failing in all levels, from federal government, state government, county government, and maybe it's time for the locals to get together and decide what it is we need to be more self-sufficient and self-reliant. I want to wish everybody peace, health, and harmony, and all the love that they can hold on to, and my contact information is by cell phone 707-513-7620. Email N as in Nancy, ORWAL13@yahoo.com.
That was our latest episode of This Week in Willits. The individual segments of this program were produced by a number of local filmmakers. This Week in Willits is looking for interesting video of things that happen in our town, as well as information about upcoming events. Contact us about how you or your organization can contribute to our next program. I'm Shari. Goodbye for now.
And things are changing, as they always do. Yet it's still the same familiar hometown we've all come to know and appreciate for what it is. We'd like to know what's happening with you, with your families, and the organizations which would not exist without your efforts and support. So give us a call at 459-2528 and let us know what's going on with you. Maybe you'll be a part of our next story. Keep tuned and join us next time to see what's happening this week in Willits.